If Dragonlance is known for one thing, it's probably Lord Soth, but if it's known for two things, it's probably badass fighters riding dragons. And you can't say that WizKids didn't embrace this awesomeness in their Dragonlance line of minis. We've already covered Lord Soth and his greater death dragon, Consaldi on a red dragon, and another rider in the main booster set, which we're hoping to review soon. Today, we have the last one, Red Ruin on the Red Dragonnel, and many thanks to WizKids for sending it our way. I've been lamenting the fact that these aren't interchangeable. You can't really switch out the riders and the dragons, but we're gonna take one more look today at this last set here. But before we do, if you wanna hang out with us and see some awesome D&D shows, you can join us at the launch of a brand new D&D live performance by our friends at ComedySportz Houston on April 15th. The Bard's Bounty is gonna be a hysterical adventure that you're not gonna wanna miss. I'll be there and I hope you'll join me. That is at ComedySportz Houston on April 15th. More details to follow. For now though, let's check out the Red Ruin. Before we jump in, don't miss out on the Big Bads Kickstarter going on right now. You can pick up two incredible 5e books. The Big Book of Big Bads features more than 25 colorful villains to add to your D&D campaigns, each featuring backstories, layers, minions, special abilities, story hooks, and more. And Creatures and Curios features more than 100 new illustrated magical items and monsters to enhance your games. Check them out today in the eye in the corner of your screen up there or in the doohickey down below. That is the Big Bads on Kickstarter now. Let's start by looking at the Red Ruin riding on her Dragonnel, and then we will show you the figures separated. Your adventuring party will meet the Red Ruin toward the end of the adventure in Chapter 7 as she descends on them along with another important NPC also riding a Dragonnel, and honestly, it is that other character who is more important to the story as written, and it's a character who does have a standalone mini in the Dragonlance booster set. It would have been really cool if maybe that mini was modular too, so you could slot him on this Dragonnel, but sadly we're out of luck. The Red Ruin leads the Red Dragon Army's airborne forces from atop her Red Dragonnel. Her real name is a closely guarded secret, even from the Game Master, so most just refer to her as Commander or Red Ruin. She rarely removes her helmet and rarely speaks, so she could be anyone under there, which is something that you can play with in your stories. Perhaps she's a double agent, a friend of the PCs, who's really working for the enemy. Maybe she's an undead version of someone they lost early in the story, or in someone's backstory. Characters like this are a hook, a gift that the Game Master should take advantage of. She is a blank slate that serves no other purpose in the story, and if you don't do anything with her, she's just going to be another random battle for your PCs to get through before they can continue with their story. So take this gift and find a way to use it in your stories to make this battle personal and to reveal something much more dramatic and meaningful. I love the pose here on both the Dragonnel and the Red Ruin figure. I haven't seen a diving dragon pose like this before, and the golden accessories on the Dragonnel make it really unique in our collection. The Dragonnel uses the CR3 Dragon Army Dragonnel stat block from the Dragonlance book. It's not a particularly powerful creature on its own, which is a little unfortunate given how cool it looks. The Red Ruin is much more of a bruiser with a CR of 10. These minis work in the same way as all our other mountable WizKids minis. There are extra pieces that you're gonna have to keep track of to make sure that you can make two separate characters here. It does make this a much more functional set if you want to use the figure separately for different stories, or if you just want to have your PCs be able to knock her off her mount during the combat. So let's take a look into mixing and matching some of these mountable dragons and dragonkin. The issue is that the pieces of plastic that are used to attach the lower bodies and the saddles to the various dragons seem to be unique on each mini. Sometimes if the sizing is sort of right, you can just put the saddle on a non-matching mini, but it won't be secure, and of course that's the case here as well. Someone asked if you could put the top half of one mini on the lower half and saddle of another. For our previous minis, no. All the connectors are so different that none of them work together. Honestly, it's a crime. And sadly, the same is true here for the Red Ruin. If you wanted to use tack or something to really make them stick together, you could, but it's not a particularly elegant solution. If we could just standardize these connectors, it would just encourage everyone to buy more of these minis, knowing that they can always use them together. And it lets us get more use out of the figures we already have. I don't fully know the logistics of WizKids mini making, but it does seem like it would be within the realm of possibility. If you want to see another solution for a similar problem, you can check out our really old review of the Hands of Glory mini set, which used little actual magnets to let you switch out weapons and items on your minis. That was a pretty cool set. You can see that in the eye in the corner of your screen. But here are all our Dragonlance Dragon Riders together. I do love the concept, and I love the execution outside of the missed opportunity of having them work together. I'm sure we'll see more minis like this going forward, but please join me in letting WizKids know how cool it would be to be able to mix and match them. And I'm still thinking a line of modular heroes and mounts would sell really well, but again, what do you think? Red Ruin and Red Dragonnel is expected in April in most places. You should be able to pick it up for between 80 and 90 bucks. Let me know what you think about them in the comment section down below, and don't forget to check out the free sample chapters from the Big Bad's Kickstarter for some really good, really free 5e content over on their Kickstarter page. And start planning to come see me for Bard's Bounty at ComedySportz Houston on April 15th. You can pick up a Kobold Bestie over at KoboldPlush.com, and you can stalk our every move on Blimey, Circus Talk, Gobbo Gobbo, and Bing. For now, stay safe, have fun, love each other, and I will see you next time at the Gallant Goblin.